Well,
There you go. I hear
we
you
got
now.
technical difficulties already, but here we are.
All right. Man, we're flipping around here.
It's like a party in here.
Yeah, it is.
We're already clicking on all cylinders.
We need some of that Benny Hill music in the background for us.
I am your host. I'm supposed to steer the show, but that's not going well so far. But I am only here to keep us between the ditches with the man, the myth, the legend, the NWO Hill Ref himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nick Patrick, how are you, sir, brother?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing real well. Just been taking
Thanks
care
for
of the family.
coming in,
And,
man.
oh, thanks, man. Just doing some deep south stuff. And I was over taking care of my mom. I get to switch out here in a little bit while. And Nick and I are going to go back to the house. I get to sleep in my own bed for a few nights in a row. So it's going to be nice, man. A little break.
A little much needed break.
Yeah, man.
Well, last time we chatted, we were taking bets on whether you would make it till midnight or not on New Year's.
Oh, I made it past midnight this time. It was, yeah.
Did you?
I sure did.
Wow.
Because I was with Nick and Nick's mom was Cheryl stayed with my mom.
Okay.
And because normally I switch that up. I try to make sure she gets that night with Nick, especially, because it was always they love doing it together. But it just rotated out the other way. So I made sure I stayed out and hung with Big Nick, man. And
he likes staying up late.
Oh yeah, Big Nick. He's going to stay up every night. It depends on what he's watching on TV. He'll go to bed every night at either 12:37 or 12:27. And it
really?
rotates. Yeah, it depends on different nights. I hadn't figured out what it is he's watching because I'm usually conked by then. But that's his schedule, man, and it can be right in the middle of the biggest high spot in the freaking world. But if it turns 12:37, flip, that TV's going off and he's going to bed.
When it's time to go. It's time to go.
So if I'm going to stay up late, I have to make sure that I get the remote because he will flip that sucker. I mean, you can be right in the middle of the whole punchline of the whole show. You know what I mean? But if it's time to turn that TV off, flip.
You're not finding it after that. If he said it's time to go, it's time to go.
Yeah. I'm going to bed, Dad. I don't care what you're doing. Flip.
All right, we are live in front of a audience today. If you would like to interact with us live, you can hit those up. We will read as many of those as we can. It can be questions or comments about wrestling, sports, life, music, food, literally whatever you want to talk about for the next hour. Myself and Nick Patrick are here to talk about it with you. Man, did you watch a New Year's show, or are you just watching regular shows?
We watched a lot of sports until sports was over, and then he flipped over and we watched the ball
game
drop. Yeah, he likes to. It's always he watches the one with Ryan Seacrest.
Oh, that's his favorite. Okay,
that's the one he likes to watch. So once sports was done, we flipped it to that and watched the ball drop, and it wasn't too long after that. Big Nick was chilled out and watched him a couple of songs and stuff, and he went on to bed, and then my grouchy ass was up for a few more minutes. I thought, well, hell with all this celebration. Let's find some comedy or something I can watch, man. That was my New Year's. And what's funny is I didn't even make a New Year's resolution this year. I didn't even think about it. That's something I've always done. And
mine was be happier. What's wrong with that? Be happier.
Yeah, just keep on trucking this, I guess. Yeah, man. Just keep moving forward.
Yeah, with today's life and everything that's going on, it's just survival.
Yeah.
Some days just make it to the next day.
Yeah. So, and sometimes you got to cross bridges as you get to them. You can't map out every aspect of life. And sometimes you can try. You can have a good game plan, but you got to be adaptable.
Of course, if you are just joining us, if you're just new, Nick Patrick, of course, a huge legacy in the wrestling business, not only for himself, but the entire family name. Starting Deep South Wrestling and now continuing that legacy. Nick himself, a wrestler in many different organizations and companies. And then, of course, a long legendary career in ring with the stripes on. We hated him a little bit, but he was there for many, many years. So if you'd like to talk about that, you can. Food, music, whatever you'd like. Also, you can hit us in the super chat. That can support the show. That's a small way to support the show. Every little bit helps. And the more you support the show, the bigger and better things we can do. Speaking of Deep South, we'll talk about you guys. Got a few weeks off, but we haven't talked since you had your big January 4th New Year's bash. How did that go? You had a tournament. You had all kind of stuff.
Man, it was awesome. It's one of those shows that makes you as an old timer realize, man, it makes the business fun again. The locker room was electric. We're back. We're rolling in the right direction. We had standing room only, and it was an excellent show, start to finish, man. The kids went out there and delivered, and the tournament was on, man. And it started off with Mims and Big Diggs. Mims was going to have a match with Austin Towers that we had on the show not too long ago, right? So Austin's out in the ring, and all of a sudden here comes Diggs and Mims fighting out. Yeah, there you go. They come fighting out through the door and rip the curtain down and all the little scaffolding stuff that was hanging the curtains up. All that shit come down, man. And they fought out to the ringside, and it was on Towers. It's like, it's in the ring. We're like, okay, that's the guy he's supposed to fight. And so anyway, it ended up getting separated, and Mims got in the ring, and he was roughed up a little bit, and he was roughed up a lot. And Towers took advantage of it, but to Mims, to his credit, he came back and almost took it, and he come back out and paid Big Diggs back at the end. Big Diggs had a match in the end with Alex Kane, excuse me, Alex Kane, the suplex assassin, and he come out and got involved in that. And at the end of the night, it ended up Mims was come out there and he was wearing Big Diggs out. He had this big giant, like he went back in the kitchen area and found this big giant pizza dough sheet, because they make them fire gimmick pizzas there. He found one of their sheets, man, and he come out and was wearing his ass out with that thing, man. And then and in the process, he started finding people. And he went to do it, and he got low blowed. And Big Diggs. Now this kid's about 350, 360, and moves like a freaking cat. And he got him down, and he come off that damn top rope on Mims about 4 or 5 times, man. I'd have to watch it back to count it. It was one of the most intense moments that I have, feeling the crowd and watching the show, because that's what I love to do, man. That's why I go there and I critique people as they come back through the curtain, And man, I was like, wow, it was one of those moments where where those kids went out there where they were so good at what they were doing, they made everybody forget that this is entertainment and buy into what was going on, and it was badass. It was badass. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, no!" And he was going to do it. Man, it was brutal. And I myself thought the kid was hurt really, really bad. Like we was going to have to take him to the hospital bad. But
which one?
Mims.
Mims got beat up that bad.
Oh yeah, it was Big Diggs coming up. Diggs is 350 now. He's coming off the top rope on Mims. He low blowed him first and got him, and he come up and it's like Samoa dropped him out of a low blow and had him where he wanted him. And he started coming off that top rope on him. Boom, boom. Whoa. You have to check it out. We'll have it. It'll be on. You got to check it out on YouTube, man. It was intense. It was one of the most intense wrestling moments at indie level that I've felt, in years. And I was like, even though as brutal as it was from a promoter standpoint and entertainment standpoint, man, it was on. And even though when the show closes out, a lot of times guys will get some heat in WWE, but if they're afraid to let people go home mad, they'll throw an extra something out there and put somebody over and let them leave happy. And even though this person got heat, sometimes to me it's best to let them and take that with them. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And to me, I that's old school thinking too. and I can see making them happy, but if you're going to make them happy, make them really happy first and then jerk the rug out from under them and get that heat, man. And those kids did that, man. Those people, because I listen to the crowd, I listen to people. That's what I do, man. I go through. I'm like managing the deal. I go through and I listen to who's reacting, who's not reacting, And like I said, we had standing room only, and those folks left buzzing, wanting to come back, and it was an excellent show. I'm really proud of my team. Behind the camera, in front of the camera, production, everybody, top to bottom, everybody came and delivered. And it's going to be our new spot. Like, we go there once a month now.
Nice.
And we've live streamed our show for the first time. It was like a practice run. And our shows now coming out of Monday Night Garage are all going to be live streamed on YouTube. So you can be able to check us out as we're live as we're doing it.
Yeah, you can follow some of the clips. So our boy 40 Ounce was posting on Instagram, tagging Deep South Wrestling at Deep South Wrestling. If you want to follow them there, you can follow that. And then I saw you've got the schedule up there. You had a big match, like you said, Diggs and Mims just absolutely throwing down.
Man,
you had you had some killer women's wrestling. I saw Zoe and Alexandra Quinn.
Yeah.
And Audrey and Jesse, just a huge match there. Some great wrestling. You guys do a great job on the social. Everybody should check them out at Deep South Wrestling on Instagram. You can check out highlights from this past show all over the board. I see Hoochie Daddy there and Hunter James and
Hunter James,
Cosmo
that's
Martinez.
Yeah, they tore it up too, man. Great match with it. Every match, top to bottom, was good, and it built. It was like we started off hot, and when you start off hot, everybody's got to go out there and dig, man. They got to keep it going, and they did, man. And like I said, those folks left buzzing, and they got to see intensity. They got to see some intensity out of this show.
And then you guys move forward. I know there's a lot of results, but talk about how the tournament went. You had a number one contender tournament, and I take it those were as heavy hitting as they looked on paper going in.
Oh yeah. We've got everybody moved forward to the next round, and I'm anxious to see who's going to match up with who we're going to put together with the next round of the people that made it through that first round.
Nice,
man. It was a great tournament. We had some big kids, but we had a good mix. We had our smallest guy there was Cosmo Martinez, our luchador, and he's a high flyer, a hard hitter, and he brings it. He was good striking, but we had some big kids. I mean, it was like, damn, it looked like an NFL locker room for a minute. Like, holy crap! These are some big boys here, man, and I was proud to have them all in that tournament, and not just big body kids. These kids are every one of them. If you see them at Deep South, they're there because they're trying to break through to the next level, and we see something that we believe that they can, and that's what we're trying to enhance. So, check out Deep South, because we're putting kids out there that can get it done. And there are very few kids that you'll see that are super green that we've actually trained ourselves. But if they make it onto the show, then they've shown us in a lot of different levels, different things, and they have something that we know that they can add to the show. We're not just putting kids out there so that they can get a little match time, a little experience. There's thousands of shows around Georgia and Alabama and Tennessee, the indie shows, that they can go do that there. When you're coming here, we're digging and we're trying to get a next level product that we're trying to put out.
It's another level.
Yeah, we're trying to get them, to show and it's to showcase them. It's about showcasing the very best at the local indie level that we can get. And our ladies division is really starting to strengthen up too. It's getting hot.
All right. Let's don't forget, you can interact with us, ask us anything you want. We'll get to those. Eric Tate's in the chat and said, Nick, Happy New Year.
Same to you, man. Happy New Year.
Coach Rosie said, hello, guys. Happy New Year as well.
All
Thanks,
right,
Coach Rosie, for joining us.
Yes, sir.
40 Ounce was there. He said them damn boards got put to the test.
Yeah, the ring boards. They damn sure did. They did, especially when that big 350 Diggs was coming off the top. That's a big kid. And he moved, like I said, it's amazing when you see like one of those NFL guys or kids like, like that we're using that size that can move with that kind of speed and agility. It's amazing. It's a funny story. JYD, a lot of people don't realize, they watched him work and do his thing but he was a former NFL player too. And that big cat I didn't realize how fast he could run. We did a show at on a football field in South Carolina somewhere. I forgot what town it was, like Spartanburg or somewhere. And we were all dressed in the field house. And as a rib, they had JY go, and the ring was like on the 50-yard line. So to get to the ring from the field house, that was a run, man. It was a hell of a run. And so I had to run in, and JY had to run in, and it was just, and so I took off ahead of JY, and I was running. I said, okay, I wanted to see how fast he could go. I looked back. Every time I looked back over my shoulder, he was gaining on me, man. I was like, so I just started digging as fast as I could run. I was running my ass off as fast as I could go. And JY, that big old 340-pound pigeon-toed big old dude, he rolled by me like I could have had a breeze blowing. Like I should have tried to draft him, but I couldn't stay close enough to him, man. He was I was like, holy shit, look at that big guy go. And I guess he wanted to show me how he could move, and I was like, it impressed the hell out of me. I mean, I had a head start. And when I saw he was gaining on me, I started digging. I was like, no way, I'm going to let him catch me. You catch me. He blew by me like nothing, man. I was like, holy shit. Look at that big cat go, man. Yeah. But by the time he got out there, though, it wasn't a whole lot left of the tank. It wasn't like he rolled in the ring and made a huge comeback. That run was pretty much it.
What's crazy is from a fan standpoint,
mm-hmm.
I just remember as a kid, I mean, I knew he was a big guy.
Yeah.
You could just see his width, just of anything, them shoulders and those
big,
traps
thick.
and arms.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I guess you don't realize how big the other guys are, because I never thought of him as an imposing figure.
Yeah.
And then you look at him and you see him with guys, as an adult, I see him in the ring with guys I've met, and I know how big they are.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 6'3", 6'4", 300 pounds. He was a big
dude. He was a big dude and fast.
But he's in there with dudes that are 6'6", and so you don't. It's kind of like the basketball. You forget Steph Curry seems tall, tiny, and then you look, he's 6'3".
Yeah, he's about 5 inches taller than me. I'm like 6'1".
Now look how small he is.
You think he's like 5'10" or something because of all them other guys. Yeah, back in the old days when I was working for the Georgia Championship Wrestling, they had their offices down in the Omni, and it was like down real close to the Hawks locker room, and the Hawks had their stuff there, and they'd go and they'd practice and do stuff. And I was leaving the office one day and going to leave. As I was walking out the door, coming in the door was Big Tree Rollins. We almost had a double knockout.
Tree Rollins,
man. I looked up, I was like, and that's when I realized how big, because I had never seen anybody like Shaq or anybody yet. That was back. Shaq was just a little kid still then, But I almost had a double knockout with Tree Rollins, and I was like, I'd have headbutted him in the lower sternum, maybe.
He's 7 foot. He's 7'1".
Yeah, he was a big cat, man. I was like, hey, dude, come on in.
Come on in.
Yeah, he was a big old dude, man. We almost had a double knockout because they had a little back door and a back parking lot, and so if you was working the show or one of the Hawks or whatever, you had to go by the guard to get to park back there. But they let, the talent and stuff. So, and my dad knew the people there. So when I was a kid, my mom, if I went to a concert, my mom would just buzz that guard and she'd drop us right off at that back door and go right back out the gate, man. And so we had a place at the Omni just because of the wrestling connection, where I could shoot in and out that back door, man.
Nice.
Yeah, it was kind of sweet. But that was back before I had my own wheels, back in, because I started going to concerts fairly young. Mom would have to drop me off, pick me up, me and a couple of my buddies, and see if the car smelled like beer on the way home. And it did.
And it did.
Yeah.
I think the first NBA player I saw was, me being from Alabama, it was Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
He actually, his roommate at Auburn, his roommate's mom actually taught at my high school.
Okay.
And so one day, you're in class and people start whispering, "Hey, Charles Barkley's at the school." And you're like, "No, why would he be at our school?"
Yeah.
And so I think I was either 10th or 11th, somewhere in there, 10th or 11th grade. And I was just like, I'm going to find out Charles. I left class. I just walked out and left. And I turned the corner. And now again, Charles is one of those dudes where they always talk about how undersized he is for a power forward down there with them big guys.
Yeah.
So I just thought, smaller guy, no big deal, because you see him up against those big dudes.
Yeah.
And he's not giant. And then he turns the corner, and he's 6'6", 300.
Yeah, big old
Whoa, he's a small dude. What's happening? Anytime you see athletes up close, you remember how serious of a professional.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson sat in front of me on first class one time. And it was
surprisingly huge.
What was going. Yeah, he was very big. Real quiet guy. Didn't nobody had chatted him up or anything, but just left him alone. He was a big old. I didn't realize.
What's he about, 6'6" as well?
Yeah, easily. And they're older guys now, so they're
he's
they're
listed
not,
at 6'9".
They're not. Yeah, they're not used to running up and down the court anymore, and they thicken up and get big. And
he's a big dude.
Big dude, man. Yeah.
Yeah, 6'9", running the point. I mean, that's why he was such a handle to deal with, dude. He's he's a power forward that could run the point guard. That's why he's one of the best ever. Hit us up with your questions. Don't forget, coming up, we've got 1, 2, 3 with Nick Patrick. You can be a part of that. You can sling those in. What we need is a topic and 3 names, and he's going to rank them 1, 2, 3. So if you say, who was the tallest out of these 3 guys, and you give us Kevin Nash, Terry Funk, and Goldust, he's going to rank them 1, 2, 3. Say which one had the best outfits.
Throw Hornswoggle in there.
Throw Swoggle in there. Whatever you want a topic, you got to give us 3 names in the topic, and he'll rank just those 3 names as 1, 2, 3. It can be about anything. So we'll get to those. Hit us up in the comments with those, and we will get to those later in the show as well. Let's see what we got over here in the chat box. Truth Wins 52 said, Nick, are you aware that you were the 10th member of the NWO?
I did not. I did not know the number of the lineup that I was. I know that there was a bunch of them at the end of the day.
Way more than 10 by the end.
Yeah, by the end of that run, there was like probably about 50. I don't know. But yeah, that's cool. That's a cool. I didn't realize that. Thank you for that trivia there.
You gotta start saying NWO 10 or something.
A learning experience. Y'all have to add that to my gimmick there somehow.
Stuart Peck, our jet ski resident, he said, "Happy Monday."
All right, man.
He said the ENT. This is a follow up from when I lost my voice several months ago. Well, Stuart, we hope everything's clear and free, man. We hope you're rocking and rolling.
Yeah, man.
And thank you for interacting with us. Eric Tate said, Nick, do you like wintertime? What do you like on winter, Nick? Are you a summer guy?
I'm an in-between guy. I like fall. Spring, I like the temperature of spring, but down in Georgia, everything is a tennis ball with all the pollen, and it's, that drives me nuts. Yeah. But I like fall. I like fall is my favorite time when it's like long sleeve shirt and light jacket weather. Bone ass cold where you got to wear layers. I'm not into because I'm too beat up, man. I got arthritis cold and damp is the worst. It's like, I just ache, But I'm more of a fall guy than myself. Less pollen, temperature cooler.
Well, you got football too.
Oh, there you go. Winner right there, brother.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yes, sir.
Hit us up with those 1, 2, 3 topics. We'll get to those, and we will we'll ask you about what's going on there. You can ask about food. You can ask about music. You can ask about wrestling, whatever the case may be. We will answer it right here. Nick, let's see what we got. Jim Dunham said, Nick, since we're talking about the seasons, what's your favorite holiday?
Oh, favorite holiday.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'd have to say probably Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think Thanksgiving. I mean,
Is
not
that
so
just
much
because
what it
the family's all
represents, but
together?
yeah, just because of the not so much for what it represents and all, but just because of the season and it's pre-Christmas and not everybody's being hateful because of Christmas shopping yet and you know and the food is
Hateful.
over, you know, so I kind of like Thanksgiving because we cook our asses off at the Hamilton household. And
Come
it's
on
not,
now.
yeah, oh man, Thanksgiving is, you know, and it's food for a few days, you know, be eating that same big ass plate a couple of days in a row. But yeah, I think Thanksgiving is my favorite.
Let's see what we got. Tony Flowers said, Nick, on the surface, it's easier to assume that things got easier for referees when IFBs and in-ear microphones became a thing. Easy to get reminders and instructions. However, at the same time, I wonder if it actually made it more difficult having to listen to all of that while you're trying to do your job. Did you prefer having the IFBs or do you prefer old school pre-IFB era?
No, I like the IFB because a lot of times you need that communication, especially you
Okay.
know in more modern wrestling. In older days, it wasn't so you know so necessary, but it was a pain in the ass looking for your cue and following the match and stuff back in the day. You know, it'd be some guy put a pin in his mouth or somebody put a tie or some silly shit. You know, you'd have to look for you know and you're trying to you know and you're trying to learn the business and but you're looking over here and it teaches you to multitask, I guess, but do it. It's a whole different set of problems, you know. It's like paying dues, paying dues when you're in the indies and you're trying to break it through the next level. It's it's hard. It's paying dues, and a lot of people think that once you break through to that next level, man, you've made it. You know, you've paid all these dues, you know, and now you're there. Well, you're paying dues continues on. It's just a different set of dues, you know.
Yeah.
And
I
I
feel
kind
like
of go
I feel
ahead.
like it's one of those things like kind of all technology. You kind of like the old way of doing it, and then but once you have it, you can't ever go back without it.
Yeah, it's like your cell phone. I can't
Yeah,
imagine. You know,
I
I
hate
used to
my
go
cell
all the
phone, but I
time.
can't live without it now.
Yeah, and I take off. I'm like, if I'm 15, and if I take off and go down the road, and I'm like 10 minutes away, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot my phone. And it's mainly it drives me nuts because I realize that now, because back in the day we had to memorize phone numbers and stuff. You know, I remember that back in the day there was probably half a dozen, 10 phone numbers that I knew in my head, and I don't do that anymore because it's all stored in your phone or whatever. You just pull up a name or whatever, and I know my number, but I just had to learn Nick's so because it's code to get him into the at the gym now. So that's two numbers I know. But any of my other friends or anybody else, I couldn't tell you what the number is. I can just have to punch it up and look at it, you know. And and GPS as well. It's another thing. Back in the day, I can't imagine, you know, but especially when you go to a town that you'd never been to before. I remember me trying to find that old building, that old Memorial Hall gimmick in Chattanooga, Tennessee, back the first time I went to it, trying to find somebody that could give me straight ass directions to get there. I called the building before I left, you know, to get there. I didn't have cell phones and stuff back then, you know, or GPS or any of that, you know.
Yeah,
And so I tried to get directions from even from the police department as best as I could. And they weren't. I think they ribbed me actually.
what do you mean?
Oh, I think they give me some directions to get me as far away from that
It's
friggin'
out of
building.
there.
I said, yeah. Good luck finding that building, kid. You know, call us with some silly shit like that. We're trying to enforce law here. We're not the damn. We aren't Rand McNally over here.
Yeah, just get it. Go out, take a left, and take a right, and get
Yeah,
out
but
of here.
Rand McNally helped a lot back in the day, but it only had big cities in it, you know. And if you could
Oh
get
yeah,
the street, you know, and you know, if you could kind of pinpoint how to get to where it was by you, because we all back in the day had road atlases. Everybody.
I don't know. I don't know if you remember it. Spent much time, but I moved to Los Angeles and lived there briefly, and they had a thing called the Thomas Guide. Did you ever have to deal with that?
No, what is it?
Los Angeles is so big.
Yeah.
Like you would look at the main map of LA, and then you kind of find where you wanted.
Find that particular area.
It would go A7, and then you flip to the A7, and it'd be a little bit tighter. And the you would do all the way down. Boy, that was a pain in the ass. And then I remember printing out MapQuest directions from the internet
and trying to read them while you drive. Oh my God, yeah.
I
11 pages of shit in your hand.
I'd have from my house to the hotel, from the hotel to the club. You'd have to have the club back to the hotel, back to your house. You'd have thick print papers. Incredible. Hit us up in the chat. Coming up, we got a couple of 1, 2, 3 with Nick Patrick topics. You can hit us up with 3 names or 3 anything, and then ask us the topic, and Nick will rank them 1, 2, 3 out of those. We'll get to those in just a second. We'll get to your chats as well. If you'd like to make sure we get to your chat, go ahead and hit us in that super chat. Every little bit helps and supports the show. So thank you for all of those. 40 out said, out of the teams left in the NFL playoffs, who's going to make it to the Super Bowl, and who do you got? Nick, I brought up I've got us the bracket here. Buffalo and Denver. They're going to be playing in Denver. Buffalo has beat Jacksonville. And then, of course, the Chargers lost to New England last night. By the way, all the wildcard games have been fantastic.
Yeah, we just got one today here coming up here later on, right?
Yeah, we got the
Houston and Pittsburgh.
Houston and Pittsburgh. This one, for some reason, this got the winner of that. We'll take on the Patriots. Of course, the Bears advance. They'll take on the Rams, who beat Carolina, and then San Francisco will go to Seattle, who was the number 1 seed and had the week off. San Fran upset Philadelphia. So, Nick, who do you like? I know you're a Falcons fan a little bit, right?
Yeah. They break your heart, though. I mean, you follow them, and you're like, yeah.
I am a Colts fan, so since Andrew Luck left, we've been in purgatory. Yeah. But I am rooting for the Bills the rest of the playoffs. My buddy Eric Rotten Crotch is a Bills fan. And I like Josh Allen just as a player and a dude, so I kind of root for him.
They look good.
They got a huge win. First time they won a road playoff game, Nick, since their 1992 AFC Championship game.
Yeah, they look good. I tell you who looks good again is the Patriots look good again.
Incredible. Drake May's incredible.
Man, I mean, and their coach.
Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, he's brought the culture back again. And,
I can't. I mean, that tells you how disarray the Tennessee Titans organization is. They let Mike Vrabel go. Of course, he immediately pops up at the Patriots and got them in the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's a number 2 seed.
The Bears look tough.
I can't believe they came back versus the Packers.
Yeah, me either. But that's what questions. That's the one thing I question though, is that slow start. You can't live like that. You got to play 4 quarters, and they're at that next bracket level now, where if they go out there and snooze that first half against the
Rams. Now you're a Georgia boy. You like Stafford?
Yes, I do. I like the Rams.
He's incredible. Like, I think I kind of like a bunch of people left since my team's not in it. For the Broncos, I like Bo Nix. He used to play at Auburn. Of course, he graduated. Left from Oregon, but of course he's now the quarterback for the Broncos, so I wouldn't mind him seeing it. I kind of like Drake May. I've met Mike Vrabel a couple times. Such a nice guy. Like you said, he's brought that culture back. Wouldn't mind seeing that. I hope the Texans lose tonight. They're in the same division as the Colts, so the Texans. But you got to root. I root for Aaron Rodgers. I don't know about you.
I do too. I like old timers, man. Especially, I mean.
I wouldn't mind seeing him make a run.
They've stepped away a lot of, like Philip Rivers. I mean, he was a grandpa, and he still come back in and made an impact. He didn't have to do that, he didn't do it to him, and he made an impact.
Incredible.
It makes me question though how deep the talent level is when you can bring in an old timer that's retired and him be better than your second string guy.
It's
I mean, I know it's up here. It's the,
Look, as a Colts fan and watching him, it told me and reminded me of how, like you just said, it reminds me of how much the quarterback position is right here.
Yeah.
Right here in the brain. If you know where to go on a play, it's better than any
quick decision making.
They all got talent. Look, we laugh about it. You can go, hey, he's a perennial backup. He's one of the best 60 quarterbacks in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to be a professional quarterback. It's the hardest gig there is.
Yeah.
And to see people like Philip Rivers, Aaron Rodgers still, his talent's declined, but it tells you how much is right here. I know the play. I know what defense they're in. I know what play beats that defense. Can I get us into that? Can I make that throw still? It's pretty incredible.
It's fun to watch them work because their mind is constantly working. They're trying to work and manipulate the clock, trying to hurry up in case they make a switch and they see somebody hasn't made it off the field yet, to get that quick penalty, the little stutter count on the snap.
Incredible.
There's so many little aspects that they throw in there that, it's watching. Yeah. It's, you're going to get in that free play if somebody's offsides, there's so many things that they just, instinctively the old timers do, but it's like you said, it's cerebral, and they're not panicking and pulling it down and running after just looking at one or two. They go through their full progression. But honestly, some of them old timers, they get rid of that ball so quick. It's like,
that's what Philip Rivers doing.
By 3 seconds, it's out of their hand. It's.
You ain't gonna hit me. That's what they say.
Yeah, it's quick decision making and having the offense built around that.
All right, 40 ounce said he wants Rams Bills with the Rams winning. So Nick, if I got to put you on the spot, who you think wins the Super Bowl? We'll come back to this. Of course, we'll have more shows in between the Super Bowl. If you had to pick now, Bills, Broncos, Patriots. You got Texans, Steelers still playing tonight. Chicago, Rams, 49ers, and Seahawks sneakily there in the 1 seed. What do you like in the Super Bowl this year, Nick?
I think that who looks like they're playing and gelling the best right now is the Patriots. I think they're going to win the whole thing. Who they'll end up playing.
All right, who from that other side?
From
Chicago,
the other side,
Rams, San Fran, or Seattle?
I think that if the Bears play like they did last week and they don't have that good first half, they're not going to make it come. They're not going to do it against LA. I think I'd take LA in that matchup, and
San Fran and Seattle.
I think that's a tough one. That's a throw. Seattle's. I hadn't seen them play a whole lot.
They got a killer defense.
Yeah. I think I would have to go with Seattle in that one. So
playing in Seattle's tough.
I would go probably LA would be my guess against
Seattle.
No, I'm thinking for Super Bowl.
You think Rams are going to be at Seattle in the next round too? So it would be Rams and Patriots.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Rams and Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Okay, all right. I like that. That's not far off. I think. That might be the jam. I think I'm going to take Buffalo and the Rams. Josh Allen's got nobody standing against him. I think Denver, I root for them, but they've had more one possession losses than anybody, or they've got the wins, I should say.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure about their schedule. They didn't play a very tough schedule, but either way, they beat everybody who's in front of them, got a number 1 seed to bye. But I'll take the Bills. Josh Allen looks unstoppable.
Yeah.
I think if it's not the Bills, I do agree with you. I think it's the Patriots. And then, I think it comes down to the Rams and Seattle. I think the Rams get it done there. So I'm going to go Bills and Rams. You're going Patriots and Rams, right?
And Rams, yes, sir.
So before we pick a Super Bowl winner, we'll check back before then. When we come back, we'll see how this one. Watch the Bills get beat by the Broncos and Patriots get beat by the Steelers. We don't know what we're doing.
I should have asked Big Nick what his picks was, because Big Nick is good at making picks.
Here's it. Next time we do a show, have Big Nick's picks.
I'll have Nick's picks. The only one he missed on the college and pro playoffs this week was Ole Miss in Miami.
Really?
We thought Ole Miss was going to beat Miami.
He was locked in.
And every other one. I mean, he can't give you point spreads or nothing, but he picked who was going to win.
All right. Ibsen said, "Greetings from Atlantic City." He's taking Patriots and Niners. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be a good matchup.
There we go. Niners are playing hot right now. They look good.
And they got a couple of injuries too. Kittle, he just got hurt. He's hurt again. Yeah. So they've got some. The only reason why I didn't, those injuries and those key injuries is why I didn't throw them in the mix, because they look pretty damn good too.
All right, let's see what we got here. Y'all let us know what's going on. You can ask us anything. We will talk about it. Nick, let's see what we got here. This is a weird one. Lee Aniston said, "Nick, what's the strangest thing you ever saw while traveling from show to show?"
Strangest thing I ever saw.
That's interesting. You've mentioned some wrecks you passed, didn't you? You had to come out and save some people.
Yeah, I've seen some really bad wrecks. But strange.
How was the let me ask this, because when you were traveling, it's a different time from now. You would never pick up a hitchhiker, but back then hitchhikers were a thing. Did y'all ever pitch up hitchhikers?
No, hell no.
He said, "Hell no."
Oh, hell no. Not just no, but hell no.
Wait, have you ever hitchhiked?
No.
Okay.
We ran out of gas one time, me and JYD. It was so funny. We was driving somewhere. We was in Missouri trying to get to Kansas City. And I forgot where we came from. And I had him drive, because I drove all the time. And he said, "I'll drive tonight." So I said, "Great." So we're going and not paying no attention. He goes, "Hey, Nick, what does red light mean?" And I look over and it's like, "Get fuel light." And I'm like, we're in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, "We need to get." I said, "We need." He said, "It had been on for a minute." I went, "Oh God." And he just told me. And it wasn't 5 minutes after he said that, we ran out of gas and was on the side of the road, man. And
really? You ran out of gas?
Yeah. So I'm like, So I'm in the car, and JY, he's like, "I want to try to throw us a ride." And so he gets out, and he's standing there. He's got his thumb out, and it's back in the day. He's wearing Zubaz. This is a little Zubaz pants, and it's snowing now. Excuse me, it's snowing. Yeah, the snow started. It's cold as hell. The wind is blowing, and about 3 cars go by, and JY opens up the door and he peeks in at me. He goes, "Hey, Nick, you might want to come out here and put your thumb out. Ain't nobody gonna stop for me and pick my big black ass." I was like, "Oh man." I started laughing, and about 2 minutes after he said that, a car that had 3 kids in it rode by, and they recognized him. It was, how could you?
They recognized him?
Yeah, and there was a 350-pound big black guy wearing Zubaz in a snowstorm on the side of the freaking road. It had to be somebody, And they said, and they recognized him, and they come back. And they took us to a gas station. We had to buy a big gas can, and they brought us back, and it added a lot of time to our trip, but we made some new friends, and my aunt ended up getting a really nice new gas can out of it at the end of the day. I had people that lived up on the other end, So, but him looking at me and going, "Hey, Nick, what does red light mean?" Oh God! And the timing was just like I said. It wasn't 5 minutes. That go, boop, 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 boom. Oh God! Yeah, it was cold. I thought we was going to freeze to death on that one.
And
But
the
thank God they
Zubats trying to
recognized me.
hitchhike.
Because if it would have been my stupid ass standing out there, they would.
What year was that?
Oh, it was when JY was wrestling in WCW, and it would have been
Early 80s?
early. No,
Or
it
early
was
90s?
real early '90s. Yeah, early to early
That's
mid
crazy.
'90s. Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here in the chat. Billy Stagg said, thanks for joining us, Billy. He said, who was one of your favorite travel companions?
Traveled a lot with JY. Traveled a lot with Booker T. Booker T and I had been good travel buddies. Traveled a lot with Teddy Long.
Who do you think you travel? Let's rank them. Not
who I
full
traveled the
in.
most with?
Yeah, so Teddy Long won. Is that right?
Known him the longest, and I traveled with him through two different companies. So yeah, Teddy would
Probably
have
the
to be the one
most.
to travel with. Yeah.
All right, who was the second most?
Booker T.
Okay.
Because it was all through the WCW time.
And then third?
And it would be JY would be third.
Really?
Who I traveled with. Who I traveled most with.
Yeah, traveled the most with.
Yeah.
JY
would be third.
Who you say would be next?
Hard to say. Nunzio, my friend Nunzio,
Really?
Little Guido. Yeah. Traveled a lot with him. Good friend too. Super nice guy. This picture behind me come from Nunzio and Spike Dudley. They got it for me for Christmas because I'd got separated and got an apartment, and and I was telling them I wanted to try and make my apartment as homey as possible for my kids while I was in town, and I remember as I was growing up, all my grandmas and everybody always had one of those in their house. So they heard me talking about it, and I come home off the road, and they said, "Do you have a package?" And because I had a gated apartment, and they said, "You got a big package in there." I went in, and man, it was this thing. It was beautiful. It's huge, and it's over here at Tony's house.
Incredible.
It's on the wall.
Let's see what we got. Ibsen said, why didn't WCW ever have an exclusive matches on tape like the WWF had Coliseum home video?
Well, that'd be a good question for Eric Bischoff, but not me. I was just making all the bookings that they gave me. I didn't make those kind of decisions, but that's a damn good question. But WWF seemed to be ahead of WWE in a lot of different areas, especially back in that time. Before we ended up taking the lead. Then once we took the lead, they had to follow up in all those different departments. So it improved across the board, and for a while.
All right,
and they didn't know how to keep the fire lit after that.
Let's get to a couple people who have submitted a 1, 2, 3.
All right,
Nick Patrick. How this works? You can still get in. By the way, we got a little bit of time left. 1, 2, 3 with Nick Patrick. You give a topic, and you give 3 names, any 3 names you'd like under that topic, and Nick will rank them. Just those 3. 1, 2, 3. Does not mean they're the best or whatever the case may be. He's just ranking out of the names he is given. Are you ready, Nick?
I am ready.
Let's see what we got. Jack Spade said, Nick, 1, 2, 3, funniest promos, Mick Foley, Kurt Angle, or R-Truth?
R-Truth.
Kurt Angle, Mick Foley, or R-Truth?
I like R-Truth.
Okay. R-Truth won.
Yeah, R-Truth would be number 1.
Boy, he makes me smile.
Yeah. I want to go Foley too because he was so many different characters. He was able to pull off so many. Angle was very funny when he was doing the goofy, when he was doing all the goofy, funny stuff. That it was extremely entertaining, and it gave him a whole new dimension, instead of just being the serious mat grappler Olympian, it gave him a whole
personality.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it allowed him to become a heavy duty next level player. It's funny how doing something you think, damn, I don't want to do that. That's silly, But if you go out and play,
if you commit to it, it works.
It's entertainment. It's wrestling. It's sports entertainment. You got to and play heavy on that entertainment part, man, and you'll go far.
we saw that he, as a fan, we saw that he didn't take himself too seriously. We did see that side of him. We're like, hey, he's an entertaining dude.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I almost think with Kurt, he was almost funnier just like doing the cutaways with interactions, backstage with other guys. He would say something funny or whatever. I don't remember a lot of hilarious, just straight up promos from him, but he was so good at interacting.
Set up moments. Yeah, it was the promo moments. Yeah.
And believable and just say things off the wall. It was pretty good. Let's see
him
what
with
we
that
got.
guitar. He was singing. It was too much.
Just incredible. All right, 1, 2, 3 with Nick Patrick. We've got another one. Billy Staggs.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Best entrance: Goldberg, DDP, or Hollywood Hogan? Oh, this is a tough one right here. Better entrance: 1, 2, 3. Goldberg, DDP, and Hogan. So, how do you want to rank those, Nick?
I'm going to go Goldberg number 1 because when he was hot and they had his entrance set, man, when he come out, he blew the freaking roof off of the building. And I would have to go second would be Hogan because,
that music hits.
The music, the whole setup and production. And, that's really a hard one, a close one. DDP, I would have to go third, and not to slight him, but that Nirvana knockout, that Nirvana gimmick was it was hitting, and not a lot of guys got to use real music, real tunes, and he was one of the few that did, and that was a hot tune at the time, and so that's hard. But I'm just going by pure blowing the roof off. And there was another name in there that could have been thrown in as far as entrances that wasn't thrown in there. Undertaker.
Incredible.
Undertaker entrance, especially, man, when I've been in, there's different towns, especially over in Europe, that some of those big open arenas, man, when you're standing in the middle of the ring and Undertaker music hits, boom, and all of a sudden he comes out, it gets so loud. It's like being at the freaking drag races. When a car goes by, you can like feel the sound.
Incredible.
You can feel the sound of the crowd popping when he comes out. When you're standing in the middle, because everybody's facing you. You're surrounded. And all the sound is coming down at you. When he comes out, you can feel it.
Yeah, it's seeing that live for the first time is when it kind of look. I think. Almost anything, music, comedy, wrestling, go see it live and you'll get it. The word it. You know what I mean?
Yes,
you can watch a band and go, I got it. You can watch a comic and say, I got it. You can watch, you go to the house shows.
It's that feel.
You know a lot about a wrestler.
It's that energy, that electricity, that vibe that's created. That's
you see them work. You go,
it's hard to
that's
translate
why they got that guy. That's why they got that girl.
Yeah,
because they can, like you said, they can feel that they work with the crowd seamlessly. It's just incredible to see up close and personal. But Taker, I was going to say, Taker, the first time I saw that live, I mean, you always appreciated it, but even more in person, where it's like. Everyone in here is losing their mind.
Yeah.
1, 2,
Bray
3.
Wyatt had a hell of an entrance.
Taker's coming in at WrestleMania 27. That feeling in the dome was amazing, said 40 ounce. Billy Shag said Nick said Undertaker entrance, and I got chills. That was real. Yeah. Boy, Hollywood hit that voodoo child and seeing him playing that air guitar.
Yeah, that was pretty badass. And it made a huge impact on the industry.
But I agree with you on that one. I would rank him the same as you. Man, Goldberg, when you saw him come out and the security's around him, and those sparks start flying and he's breathing the smoke, man. Just an incredible.
Somebody was getting their ass handed to him. And it was, and everybody wanted it. Here it comes. Bam.
Someone was getting their ass handed to him.
Yeah. So
it is.
Yeah.
You saw when somebody's about to get the shit kicked out of them. And I'm here for it, buddy.
And it ain't gonna last real long.
I was about to say, 30 seconds. We'll keep moving on to the next one. That's all we want. This will be a good one to end on. Thank you, Ibsen, in advance. Who's the best podcast host? Casio, or Casio?
There you go.
There we go. Nick, have you had another podcast co-host?
No, I've never been.
You've been interviewed by many.
Yeah, I've been on a bunch. I've been interviewed by a bunch, but never, one that's like my tag team partner here, man.
Hell. That's a hit, dude.
Yeah,
we need them deep south belts at some point. We'll need to raise those up.
We'll have to cheat like hell.
Especially since the roster you got. Me and you definitely gonna have to cheat against whoever's on the tags when we get there. Nick, coming up, you've got a couple cool things on the list. Coming up next, you are going back to the Monday Night Brawl in Monday Night Garage, in February. Always a fun time when y'all go up there.
Yeah, that's going to be our once a month show, and like I said,
February 15th.
Yeah, we're going to be live streaming from out of there, and if you want to come have a good time and feel that live wrestling show energy that we were just talking about a few minutes ago, this is one to come see. If you're in the Atlanta area, come down. Monday Night Garage is fun. It's family atmosphere. There's kids there running, having fun. The food is great. There's custom beer, fire roasted pizzas. I mean, it's a great time. And my crew, it's such a fun place to work, man. That the kids, everybody on my crew is just jacked, and that we've got a place that's this cool to go and work once a month. So you want to go and have a good feel and see some of the very best of the local indie wrestlers. Come check us out, because Monday Night Garage is thumping, and I guarantee you will have a good time. As we get closer, of course, we'll announce more of that card as it is announced. Also coming up in February. This is going to be super cool, Nick. You guys got Legacy Night coming up February 21st. Yes, and I'll go ahead and one of the people that's going to be there is my good longtime friend that I mentioned a little bit earlier, Teddy Long. Really? So people get to sit and talk to Teddy, ask questions, meet and greet. You'll be able to he's got merch, everything. You'll be able to, so come check out Teddy. And we're gonna have matches there. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We got a lot of things lined up. We're trying to do some different events that are, that aren't, the meet and greet has, more meet and greet oriented and stuff. And this is one of them. It's going to be a lot of fun. And where is that going to be? I'm looking up to see if they've got the address on there. Yeah, it's Create ATL. Is that it? Create ATL. I don't see the address for it on there. But that's the name of the venue. Yeah, that's the name of the venue. It's smaller, more intimate. This is where this would be a good place to go check out indie wrestling too, because it's going to be tighter, more intimate, and right there. By the way, that's right there next to Monday Night Garage. Yeah, it's really close. Okay, it's really close. Right. So yeah, basically across the 29 there. Okay. Yeah, we've got a lot of things. Yeah, we got a lot of things in the fire coming up, man. We got some really cool stuff. A wrestling camp coming up for kids. How about that? There you go, man. Kids camp. That's gonna be fun, man. July 20th through the 24th, right there in Atlanta, ages 7 to 11. And they can. This is going to be a fun event, man. Yeah, it's going to be awesome to get to meet some of the. We're going to just teach them the very basic stuff. It's more participation and interaction and having fun. It's not like we're going to be having them suplex them off the. We're teaching just very, very basic stuff and teach them how to talk. This is more about learning how to bring your personality out in front of other people. Awesome. It's about not, because I was that kid that, like, when I was in class, like if I thought the teacher was going to call on somebody to read, man, I'd be like, hiding behind somebody, oh God, please don't call on me, but this is a really cool way to find a way to come to think outside the box and just to have fun, to to find a personality and try to bring it out, and it's going to be a lot of fun, man. I look forward to this being our first one. It's going to be really cool. And some of the people that we have that are going to be there, like you see, Jim and Jewel, Jacob Johnson right there. The kids are going to get to meet some of the people that are breaking through, next level wrestlers, next level talent, but it's about family and fun. That's what I like about having my own promotion. We can do things, and I'm not worried about traveling all over the world. I'm not worried about trying to emulate WWE. I'm trying to do something different. I'm trying to show people that are trying to break through to the next level, the best people, how they're doing it, what they're doing, how they're getting there, and let you enjoy their ride along the way, and you never know if one of these little kids that's down here doing this seminar might end up being a Deep South champion one day and going and taking the title somewhere at WWE one day. You
That's awesome.
Know. It all starts there. Hopefully I'll one day a young man will come up to me and I'll be older than hell and he'll say, "Look, this is me as a kid." And
came as a kid.
Yeah. Now I've just signed my first WWE contract.
Well, right now, go to wearedeepsouth.com. And since we mentioned it on the show, you guys have done a great thing. It's on sale. So you can see that it's on sale right now at wearedeepsouth.com. You can sign up and you can save yourself some bucks over there. You'll see that sale price. Wearedeepsouth.com if you want to check that out. Nick, man, this hour is absolutely flown by. We say it every time, but boy, it's fast. We want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. We got some new people in the chat. We got some new people watching. We got our old faithful, our good friends hanging out with us. We greatly appreciate this. We try to do this once a week here on Podcast Heat Wrestling. If you want to make sure you don't miss a show, make sure you've got those notifications turned on. Make sure you are subscribed, and that way you will never miss when we go live here on another edition. Nick, so everybody stay tuned. We'll be back on before the next February, of course, Deep South events. If you want to check me out, if you're watching this live or close to live, I'll be in Huntsville coming up. You get to open up for the man, the myth, the legend, Bert Kreischer this week.
All right.
In Huntsville. Just added that.
Home gig, too.
Yeah, I got Tupelo coming up and a couple others. So follow me on social media at the Casio Kid if you'd like to see me out and about doing comedy. Nick, man, thanks again. I know you're busy, so we always appreciate you sitting down and answering all our stupid questions. We're always hanging out, having fun, man.
Yeah, man, this is like I've said it a million times. This is the most fun wrestling gig I've had. Sit down and talk to people and just talk about stuff that's happened.
None of us get into
stuff that's happening now. Yeah, I don't have to take a bump. I don't have to go through security. I don't have to get frisked. This is awesome. I don't have to sit in a middle seat. This is great.
Well, incredible. We'll be back here again next week. Maybe same time, same bat channel.
We'll try. Gonna shoot for
I'm
it.
good. Are you good?
Yeah, should be.
I think I'm good too. So y'all stay tuned again. Make sure you turn those notifications on. Make sure you follow Pod Heat on all the social media. Follow myself at the Casio Kid. Follow Deep South Wrestling. They are at Deep South Wrestling on Instagram. And you will know when we go live and you'll never miss one. Thanks everybody who sent a question. Thanks everybody who just sat back in the cut and watched us live on YouTube, live on the X feed, the Twitter feed as well. For Mr. Nick Patrick, the heel ref himself, I am Casio. We'll be back here again next week on Nick Patrick's Mailbag.